I'm so angry because every step is like torture.
To have stronger and healthier legs, older adults should add 3 essential vitamins that most people overlook. You've been misled. Many believe that aging alone causes weak legs, but the truth is different. The real cause often lies in the silent deficiency of 3 vital vitamins that help your body restore leg strength while you sleep. Surprisingly, 5 nutrients are completely natural, affordable, yet rarely promoted because they don't generate much profit. As a result, few realize that lacking even one of them can triple the risk of falling after age 60, slow muscle recovery by 37%, and increase nighttime leg cramps by 42%. In this video, we'll reveal the 3 vitamins every adult over 60 should take before bedtime to regain strength, flexibility, and balance in their legs. Before we begin, leave a comment telling us where you're watching from, your age, and what kind of vitamins you're currently taking so we can offer personalized advice just for you. Let's start with the first vitamin, vitamin D3. The human body is like a sophisticated machine powered by thousands of small processes we rarely notice. In our 20s, everything feels quick, flexible, and strong, so much so that we believe it will last forever. But once we cross 60 or 70, many begin to sense the change. Legs grow heavier, muscles lose their firmness, and every step requires effort. Sometimes, even a small nighttime cramp reminds us that our body is quietly growing weaker. That isn't a sign of the end, but rather a reminder it's time to recharge our body differently. Not by walking for hours or lifting heavy weights at the gym, but through something simpler, what science calls muscle recovery nutrition. When people think of nutrition, they usually think of protein. They rush to drink more milk, eat eggs, fish, and meat, believing it's enough to rebuild muscle. Yet few realize that the body cannot synthesize or maintain muscle mass without the vitamins that regulate cellular energy. Muscles don't just need fuel, they need light to activate recovery. And that light is vitamin D3, the hidden energy that awakens during deep sleep. If one vitamin could be called the master of muscle health in older adults, it would be vitamin D3. Most people know D3 strengthens bones, but few understand that it also plays a central role in muscle protein synthesis, the foundation of strength, balance, and mobility. Our body needs D3 the way plants need sunlight. When D3 levels are adequate, calcium absorption improves, and the genes responsible for creating and repairing muscle fibers become active. On the other hand, when D3 is deficient, muscle fibers weaken, especially in the thighs and calves, 2 areas vital for balance and stability. Research shows that a lack of D3 can triple the risk of falls and reduce post-exercise muscle recovery by up to 37%. The worrying fact is that 70% of people over 60 are deficient in vitamin D3 without realizing it. The reason is simple. As we age, the skin produces less D3 from sunlight, and both the liver and kidneys become less efficient at converting it into its active form. Many seniors, even those who go outdoors often, still fail to reach adequate levels. That's why supplementation through food or capsules becomes essential. But the key lies in timing, something most people overlook. Taking D3 in the morning helps absorption, but taking it before bedtime is when it works best, as that's when growth hormone is released most strongly. Multiple studies have shown that taking D3 before bedtime can reduce the risk of falls by 34% and increase leg muscle strength by 19% after 3 months. D3 not only helps build muscle, but also reduces inflammation and pain, particularly the nighttime cramps and soreness that rob older adults of sleep. Another benefit is improved deep sleep, as D3 regulates melatonin, the hormone that governs the body's sleep-wake cycle. D3 is often called the nighttime key for muscles because during deep sleep, the body begins its repair and regeneration phase. D3 is most active at this stage, enhancing protein assimilation and strengthening muscle fiber structures. To maximize the benefits of D3, take 2,000–4,000 IU each night, along with healthy fats such as avocado, almond milk, or olive oil. Since vitamin D3 is fat-soluble, taking it on an empty stomach or without fat reduces absorption. Choose the natural form, cholecalciferol, instead of synthetic D2, as it maintains blood levels 2 to 3 times more effectively. When combined with omega-3, CoQ10, or magnesium, its effects are even stronger because these nutrients help D3 penetrate muscle cell membranes and reduce oxidative stress, the hidden cause of age-related muscle degeneration. Here's an often ignored truth. People over 60 can hardly produce enough D3 even if they sunbathe daily. With age, skin thins, pigment fades, and the enzymes responsible for D3 synthesis weaken. Sunlight still helps, but only mildly. It can't counteract the body's declining metabolic ability. This explains why many seniors sunbathe every morning, yet still show serious D3 deficiency in blood tests. That's why oral supplementation remains the only truly effective way to maintain muscle and strength in later years. It's not medicine, it's part of the body's inner sunlight, the light that helps it heal itself. Vitamin D3 isn't just a nutrient. It's a reminder that aging doesn't stop recovery, as long as we learn to listen to our body. Each D3 capsule taken before sleep not only nourishes your muscles, but also brings peace of mind that tomorrow your legs will stand stronger than today. Never believe that growing older means growing weaker. Science proves that muscles can still rebuild if we give them the light they need to thrive. Starting tonight, let vitamin D3 be the silent lamp within you, rekindling strength, balance, and confidence in every step you take. Second place is vitamin B12. When you were young, every step felt light as air. But as the years go by, you start feeling each heavy stride, each tingling sensation down your feet. Each morning when standing up feels harder. Many assume it's just aging, that getting old means getting weak. But the truth runs deeper. Your body is sending a distress signal, a signal of vitamin B12 deficiency. B12 is the invisible wire that connects your brain to your muscles, allowing every movement to flow smoothly and precisely. When your body has enough B12, nerve cells send signals faster and coordinate better, helping your legs maintain balance, reflex, and strength. But when B12 is lacking, that signal line weakens, messages slow down, and your legs may tremble, struggle to move, or lose balance when standing or turning. Studies show that people deficient in B12 have a 60% higher risk of falling and are 3 times more likely to have walking difficulties than those with normal levels. In fact, many are misdiagnosed with Parkinson's or diabetic neuropathy simply because no one checks their B12. When this vitamin drops, the myelin sheath, the protective layer around nerves, begins to weaken. As a result, brain signals fail to reach the legs properly, causing numbness, tingling, spasms, or the eerie feeling that your legs are no longer yours. The problem worsens after 60 when the stomach produces less hydrochloric acid, making it difficult to absorb B12 from foods like meat, fish, or eggs. Even with a balanced diet, the vitamin can't reach your bloodstream. According to the U.S. National Institutes of Health, 43% of adults over 60 have low or borderline B12 levels without realizing it. Symptoms don't appear. Suddenly they creep in like a shadow. Numb feet in the morning, trembling by afternoon, cramps at night. B12 not only keeps your nerves firing efficiently, but also helps muscles recover while you sleep. At night, during the body's regeneration phase, B12 repairs damaged nerve cells and enhances brain-to-leg communication. That's why taking B12 before bedtime is like plugging in a nighttime nerve charger, helping your nervous system recharge and repair more effectively. Unlike caffeine or stimulants, B12 doesn't disrupt sleep. On the contrary, it helps calm the nervous system and improve deep sleep, especially for those who suffer from nighttime cramps or leg soreness. Many seniors report noticeable improvements after 10 to 14 days steadier steps, quicker reflexes, and significantly less numbness or cramping. However, not all forms of B12 are created equal. The best for older adults is methylcobalamin, as it's easily absorbed and acts directly on nerve tissue. The sublingual, under the tongue form, is the most effective, since it enters the bloodstream directly without passing through the stomach where absorption has weakened. Standard tablets, or multivitamins, on the other hand, are often flushed out before being used. Once your B12 levels return to normal, your body feels as if it's woken up from a long sleep. Your nerves react faster, your muscles recover quicker, and fatigue fades noticeably. B12 is like switching the brain to leg connection back on a connection that has dimmed over the years. It doesn't just restore your steps, it restores your confidence the quiet energy aging tends to steal. And when your body starts responding positively, it's time to move to the second companion, vitamin 1, that not only supports your nerves, but also activates muscle building during deep sleep. If B12 is the electric wire connecting brain and muscle, then the next vitamin is the light that helps those muscles regenerate and grow stronger. Have you ever experienced numbness or leg cramps at night? Comment back yes if you have experienced it. After learning about vitamin B12 in the second position, we continue to learn about the third vitamin, vitamin K2. The Guide for Calcium and Muscles is the next name. When we talk about bone and muscle health, most people immediately think of calcium and vitamin D3. Calcium builds bones and D3 helps the body absorb it. Yet few realize that there is a silent factor that decides whether calcium travels to the right place or gets lost. That factor is vitamin K2, a forgotten nutrient that can transform the foundation of leg strength. After understanding vitamin D3, the sunlight for your muscles, you know that D3 helps bring calcium into the bloodstream and activates muscle receptors. But the story doesn't end there. Without K2, the calcium that D3 delivers can go astray instead of reaching the bones. It may deposit in blood vessels, joints, and soft tissues, leading to stiffness, arterial calcification, and chronic leg pain. This explains why many people take D3 and calcium regularly, yet still suffer from osteoporosis, brittle bones, or knee pain. K2 acts as an intelligent calcium transporter. It takes calcium by the hand and delivers it exactly where it's needed, the bones, while keeping it away from dangerous areas like blood vessels and joints. In other words, if D3 opens the door for absorption, K2 ensures the gift is delivered to the right address. Recent studies have revealed the incredible power of K2. A 2021 study published in Nutrients found that after just 8 weeks of daily K2 supplementation, older adults experienced a 21% increase in quadriceps strength, a 31% improvement in balance. These aren't just numbers. They represent the difference between needing a chair for support and being able to stand tall and walk confidently again. So what makes K2 so special? The answer lies in its ability to activate two critical proteins, osteocalcin and matrix GLA protein. Osteocalcin binds calcium to bones, while matrix GLA protein prevents calcium from sticking to artery walls. When K2 is active, your bones become denser, your muscles stronger, and your blood vessels more flexible. Unfortunately, K2 is extremely rare in modern diets. In the past, people consumed many naturally fermented foods, such as Japanese natto, aged cheese, or animal liver, which are rich in K2. But in today's world, these foods have nearly vanished from our plates. As a result, most people over 60 are severely deficient in K2 without realizing it. A lack of K2 doesn't just weaken bones, it also causes stiffness, joint pain, and reduced flexibility. You may notice it when your knees crack as you stand or when your calves tighten like rubber bands in the morning. This isn't simply aging, it's a warning sign that calcium is going the wrong way. The amazing thing is that K2 can reverse this condition. Once you have enough K2, calcium begins to withdraw from places it doesn't belong and reconcentrates in the bones and muscles where it truly belongs. Moreover, K2 activates muscle recovery genes, improving energy use, reducing fatigue, and boosting endurance. Another crucial factor is when you take K2. Like D3, K2 works best during the body's nighttime recovery phase. Taking K2 before bed activates bone and muscle regeneration while keeping calcium levels balanced throughout deep sleep. For best results, experts recommend the MK7 form of K2, the longest-lasting and most absorbable version. MK7 stays in the bloodstream for over 48 hours, ensuring calcium is properly regulated while providing sustained muscle support throughout rest and recovery. What's especially fascinating is that K2 and D3 work as a perfect duo. D3 helps calcium enter the bloodstream, while K2 ensures it reaches the right place. Without K2, calcium can get stuck in the arteries. But when both are combined, your body enjoys the full benefits of each: stronger bones, more resilient muscles, and steadier legs day after day. And if you're wondering whether you might be low on K2, observe yourself. Do your knees click, legs tire easily, or calves ache when climbing stairs? If so, your body may be signaling for help. Taking K2 properly and at the right time can reverse leg fatigue and improve balance within weeks. When combined with D3 and B12, K2 becomes the final piece of the puzzle for restoring leg strength. If B12 activates the nerves and D3 stimulates muscle synthesis, then K2 fortifies the bone muscle foundation, allowing you to walk, stand, climb stairs, and most importantly, live independently with confidence each day. K2 is not just another vitamin. It's the intelligent transporter that helps your body redistribute valuable resources that aging has misplaced. And sometimes, simply restoring that balance is enough to feel the strength of youth returning with every step. Do you often hear your joints clicking when you stand up? Comment number 1 if yes or no to let us know. After learning about vitamin K2, the guide for calcium and strength, you might think you've unlocked the secret to strong legs. Yet even with enough K2, D3, and B12, many still complain. I still get cramps. My legs feel heavy and tire easily. That doesn't mean your body isn't responding. It simply means you're missing one final piece, the mineral that sparks every energy process: magnesium. Magnesium is known as the hidden mineral of life, taking part in more than 300 biochemical reactions, especially muscle contraction, nerve transmission, and cellular energy production. If the body were a factory, magnesium would be its electricity. Without it, every conveyor belt stops. Your legs may have calcium and protein, but without magnesium, they simply can't turn on properly. A perfect example is John Miller, a 72-year-old from Colorado, USA. He'd spent his life active hiking, mountain climbing, walking every day, but after turning 70, he began suffering from severe nighttime cramps. I'd be asleep and suddenly my calf would lock up like a steel cable. I'd jump out of bed, massage for minutes, and wait for the pain to fade. It happened every night. I thought I was too old to walk anymore, he said. When tested at the Denver Institute of Geriatric Health, doctors found that his magnesium levels were 40% below optimal, even though he ate well. I ate vegetables and whole grains every day, but age made absorption harder, John admitted. Doctors advised him to take 300 milligrams of magnesium nightly, along with small doses of vitamin D3 and B12. After just 3 weeks, he said, "I'm sleeping better, no more cramps, and in the morning my legs don't tremble when I get up." John's story is far from unique. A 2021 Harvard study found that people with adequate magnesium levels had 42% fewer muscle cramps and much better leg circulation than those deficient. What's alarming is that most seniors don't realize they're low on magnesium, since the signs are subtle: leg fatigue, tingling, insomnia, or simply feeling less agile than before. Older adults are prone to magnesium deficiency because absorption declines, and diuretics, heart drugs, and antibiotics further deplete magnesium through urine. When levels drop, the nervous system grows more sensitive, the heart races, and muscles tighten, all of which disturb sleep. Thankfully, magnesium can fix this. When taken in proper doses, it stabilizes nerve signals, calms the body, and guides you into natural deep sleep, the golden phase for muscle and bone repair. Experts recommend taking 350 milligrams of magnesium before bedtime, when the body is most relaxed and ready for absorption. Natural sources include pumpkin seeds, almonds, bananas, leafy greens, and soybeans. Yet older adults rarely absorb enough from food, so capsules or soluble powders are an effective choice. What's fascinating is that magnesium doesn't work alone. It works hand in hand with vitamins D3 and B12, the duo mentioned earlier. D3 helps absorb calcium, B12 activates nerve pathways, and magnesium is the key that powers them both. Without magnesium, D3 and B12 are like machines without electricity. But with enough magnesium, everything synchronizes. The body warms, blood flows stronger, and muscle fibers regenerate faster. A 2022 European Geriatric Institute study showed that seniors who took magnesium before bed for 2 months had 29% greater muscle endurance and 36% fewer cramps. Notably, those combining magnesium with D3 and K2 reported 40% better sleep quality than those taking D3 alone. This proves that magnesium isn't just for relaxation, it triggers recovery at the cellular level. My body feels like it's been switched back on, John Miller said after finishing his treatment. I'm no longer afraid of the night. I can walk around the lake in the morning again just like when I was 50. Simple words, but for someone who's felt trapped in their own body, If B12 is the nerve's electric current, D3 the sunlight for muscles, and K2 the guide for calcium, then magnesium is the power source that makes it all run. It connects everything, charging every muscle and cell during sleep. That's why those who take magnesium often say they sleep deeper, think clearer, and stand steadier every morning. As your body begins to regain its strength after months of fatigue, you can feel something shifting inside. Your breathing grows deeper, your legs feel steadier, your sleep becomes calmer. Yet there are still mornings when you wake up heavy, as if the energy within hasn't truly awakened. That's when coenzyme Q10, CoQ10, the body's inner engine of vitality, takes the stage. Unlike previous vitamins, CoQ10 doesn't just nourish, it drives the entire system, transforming every nutrient you take into real, usable energy to walk, to move, to live fully. This is the fifth nutrient in the journey to restore leg strength, the missing piece many seniors overlook until the body begins to slow, despite proper care. CoQ10 is a tiny molecule found inside millions of mitochondria, the power plants of your cells. It's responsible for converting nutrients from food into ATP, the energy currency of the body. Without CoQ10, every action, from muscle contraction to blood pumping, from breathing to cellular repair, slows down. As we age, our natural CoQ10 levels decline, making the body less efficient at generating energy, especially in the heart and leg muscles, which demand the most power. Maria Alvarez, 74, from Seville, southern Spain, had spent over 40 years teaching flamenco. Music, rhythm, and movement were her pride. But age crept in softly, leaving a heavy mark. I'd stand for just a few minutes and my legs would tremble. Climbing stairs made me breathless, and I felt I wasn't myself anymore, she said. I was afraid that one day I wouldn't be able to dance or teach again. At a clinic in Madrid, doctors found that Maria's CoQ10 levels were 45% below average. She sighed, "I eat well and exercise lightly every day. Why am I still so weak?" The doctor explained that after age 60, the human body loses 30–40% of its natural CoQ10 every decade. Without enough of it, cells can't produce sufficient energy, resulting in fatigue, muscle weakness, and lower endurance. Maria began taking 200 milligrams of ubiquinol, the most active form of CoQ10, each night after dinner. Within 2 weeks, she noticed her heartbeat stabilize, her sleep deepen, and her legs grow lighter. By week 6, she could walk around the town square each morning without resting. "I thought I'd never dance again," she said, "but now I can turn, lift my arms, and feel the rhythm again." CoQ10 doesn't just restore leg strength, it also protects the heart, the muscle that never rests. Beating over 100,000 times a day, the heart consumes more CoQ10 than any other organ. When levels drop, it works harder, causing fatigue, breathlessness, and loss of endurance. Supplementing CoQ10 enhances blood pumping efficiency and improves circulation to the legs, ensuring muscles receive enough oxygen to recover faster and stronger. CoQ10 doesn't work alone. It's the central driver connecting the golden quartet. B12 transmits nerve signals. Builds muscle protein. K2 directs calcium where it's needed. Magnesium unlocks cellular energy. And CoQ10 is the engine that keeps it all running smoothly. After 8 weeks, Maria felt not only stronger legs, but a clearer mind. Studies show CoQ10 supports brain function, reducing mental fatigue and improving focus. "I don't forget things like before," she laughed. "Now I can teach dance online for hours without losing my breath." Experts recommend taking CoQ10 in the evening after a meal rich in healthy fats, like avocado or salmon, for better absorption. When combined with magnesium, the effect doubles, as both work together in mitochondrial ATP production, the core of cellular energy. If D3, K2, and B12 are the builders, then CoQ10 is the final spark that powers full recovery during deep sleep. CoQ10 isn't just a capsule, it's the heartbeat of life within every cell. Through it, Maria regained not just leg strength, but joy, the spark that age had once dimmed. Her story reminds us that aging isn't the end. It's the beginning of living awake, strong, and full of energy. Do you ever feel your legs weak or tired quickly after walking? Comment number 1 if yes. When the body reaches the age of 60, metabolism and muscle recovery no longer function as swiftly as before. Even after taking the 5 core vitamins B12, D3, K2, magnesium, and CoQ10, many older adults still feel their legs are not as agile, their knees ache, or their calf muscles tire easily. The reason is that beyond these key vitamins, the aging body still needs specific supportive nutrients that reduce inflammation, enhance muscle elasticity, and improve circulation. Among them, omega-3, EPA, and DHA is the first name to remember. Omega-3 is a type of long-chain polyunsaturated fatty acid that naturally reduces inflammation, protects cell membranes, and aids nerve-muscle communication. As people age, the tiny blood vessels in the legs gradually lose flexibility, slowing blood flow and leaving muscles hungry for oxygen. This leads to cramps, joint swelling, or a heavy sensation while walking. Supplementing with omega-3 helps reduce muscle inflammation and increase blood flow to deep muscle fibers, allowing the legs to recover and stay nourished after daily activity. According to a 2020 study from the University of Copenhagen, adults over 65 who took 1,000 milligrams of omega-3 daily for 12 weeks reduced knee pain by 28% and increased leg endurance by 19% compared to those who didn't supplement. Interestingly, when taken at night, omega-3 also helps stabilize heart rhythm, improve circulation, and promote deeper sleep, 3 crucial elements for overnight muscle repair. Natural sources of omega-3 include fatty cold water fish, such as salmon, mackerel, sardines, and herring. For vegetarians, excellent alternatives include chia seeds, flax seeds, walnuts, and algae oil. These foods not only provide EPA and DHA, but also contain vitamin E, selenium, and zinc, powerful antioxidants that protect muscle cells from free radical damage. When combined with vitamin D3 and CoQ10, omega-3 doubles its benefits for energy recovery and blood circulation to the legs. Since these 3 nutrients work together in the ATP production cycle, the body's primary energy source for muscles. In essence, omega-3 acts as the lubricant for the engine of aging, keeping every movement smooth, flexible, and pain-free. If the 5 core vitamins serve as the foundation, omega-3 is the perfect bridge that helps them perform at their best. Taking it regularly every night, even a small spoonful of fish oil or a few tablespoons of chia seeds can help older adults keep their legs lighter, warmer, and stronger with every step. Beyond the 5 core vitamins that rebuild muscles and nerves, adults over 60 still need supportive nutrients that strengthen blood vessels and connective tissues, the foundation of resilient legs. Among these, vitamin C is the silent builder that regenerates collagen and reinforces capillaries, maintaining steady blood flow and flexibility. Deficiency leads to bruising, weak gums, and loss of muscle elasticity. As a potent antioxidant, vitamin C protects against inflammation and aging, accelerating muscle recovery by 25% according to a 2021 University of Tokyo study. It also boosts iron absorption, improving oxygen delivery and reducing leg fatigue. Natural sources include guava, red bell peppers, kiwi, and citrus fruits. Just 1 guava or half a bell pepper fulfills the daily need. Taken with zinc or collagen before bedtime, vitamin C enhances tissue repair, acting as a gentle nighttime tonic that keeps the legs strong, supple, and full of life. In addition, after the age of 60, the human body is like a machine that has been operating for decades, needing more delicate care so every part still functions smoothly. Even with enough of the 5 core vitamins for muscles and nerves, many seniors still experience slow wound healing, weak muscles, and lower immunity. That's when zinc, a small but powerful micronutrient, becomes the body's silent repairman. Zinc is essential for protein synthesis, tissue regeneration, and muscle growth. When levels are low, the body can't form new muscle cells, causing delayed healing and fatigue. A 2021 Johns Hopkins study found adults over 60 had zinc levels 30% lower than younger people. After 12 weeks of supplementation, 25-40 milligrams daily, participants recovered 43% faster, gained 12% more muscle, and had 50% fewer minor illnesses. Rich sources include oysters, pumpkin seeds, beef, and soybeans. Oysters provide nearly the full daily requirement, while pumpkin seeds offer zinc, magnesium, and fiber ideal for vegetarians. Beef combines zinc with iron and B12 for red blood cell formation, and fermented soy delivers zinc with anti-inflammatory benefits. Zinc works synergistically with vitamin C to boost collagen and muscle elasticity. Combined with magnesium or B6, it supports the nervous system, reduces cramps, and improves sleep. It also helps regulate natural testosterone, preserving muscle and bone strength in both men and women. To maximize absorption, take zinc 30 minutes after dinner or alternate between natural sources: fish, lean meat, soy milk, or supplements, 15-30 milligrams daily. When paired with CoQ10 and vitamin D3, zinc enhances muscle energy and endurance. In short, zinc is more than a nutrient, it's a quiet force that repairs, strengthens, and sustains vitality in the later years of life. If this video brought you valuable insights, take a moment to hit like, share it with someone you care about, and don't forget to subscribe for more practical health tips designed for older adults. Remember, your legs have carried you through every stage of life when they're strong. Every step feels lighter and more confident. If you have any questions or would like to share your experience, please leave a comment below. We're always here to listen and support your journey toward better health. Thank you so much for watching. Until the end.